I thought we were terrific defensively tonight. I thought we guarded and we guarded and we guarded some more. Didn't really finish the game defensively the way I wanted, but up until about the 5-minute mark, I thought defensively we were tremendous. And we really haven't practiced switching screens very much. And we did it in the game tonight, and it really helped us. Thought we did a good job for the most part controlling their penetration, making them shoot jump shots overhand. And then I thought in the second half we got into a much better flow offensively, shot a better percentage, 52%, made some free throws, and executed at a much higher level in the second half. So wasn't as pretty as you would like it every night, but it was a good win. It's a good win. I thought Fordham really played well. They had to had a guy out. They had to play a certain way. They slowed it down. They played totally different than they had played in their first 2 games. So we prepared for a totally different team than what we played against.
Mark, do you think Melo is pressing a little bit, and what do you do to make him relax and make sure he doesn't lose confidence?
Yeah, I don't think Melo will lose confidence. I do probably think he is pressing. I don't ever read what you guys write, but I'm sure it's been pretty positive about him coming into this and a lot of expectations. So we talked. I sit down with him at halftime and talk to him about just relaxing, having fun, and just don't put too much pressure on himself. He's got good teammates around him, and I thought he was much better in the second half. And I think we're going to be overly critical of him, unfortunately. And but he's a heck of a player. I thought he had a really solid second half.
Mark, seemed like a lot more rhythm offensively in the second half, at least to start. What kind of adjustments did you make? What was the message at halftime?
Well, just keep defending. We just wanted to defend. I thought our first shot defense was tremendous. Obviously, I know the next question is going to be what's wrong with your rebounding. So I'll cover that. I don't know what's wrong, but we'll fix it. But our first shot defense, they shot 30% and had 17 offensive rebounds. So our first shot defense was tremendous. The difference in the second half is we made shots. And right before halftime, we changed what we were doing against their zone. And we got some really good looks. We just didn't make them. And then the second half, we did about 3 or 4 different things against their zone. And we got good looks. We got sped up a few times. And but for the most part, we just took care of the ball better in the second half. We only had 4 turnovers in the second half, and we had 3 in a row, 3 straight possessions. So we were much better with the ball in the second half.
Coach, just to elaborate, I know you just touched on playing against the zone, but just to elaborate that a little bit more, how do you think the team played, and what was sort of the issue early in the game when they switched to the zone initially?
We just didn't make shots. I mean, you guys, I don't know if you'll go back and watch the film. Some of you will, but we had a lot of open looks. And we missed free throws in there too. So by us shooting the way we shot and missing free throws and turning the ball over, we weren't making good decisions. We went in there, they were just collapsing, and we had guys open and we weren't making good decisions. So it was a number of things, and it allowed them to continue to play a slow game. If we could have hit a few free throws and a few shots, it would have been different. But I'm going to go look at it, and I'm going to look for execution, and then we're going to look at decision making, and we'll learn from it. And to be honest with you, I'm so confident in our players. I don't have a lot of zone offense in, and so obviously I need to get a little more in to help us, confuse the defense a little bit more. So I'll do that, but I don't have a lot in just because I really have a lot of confidence in my guys. They're really good basketball players.
Mark, this was probably Checo's best game so far. It really seemed like he put everything together, not only offensively but defensively too. It looked like he was swatting it less and more just playing better post defense. Was this just kind of the time for him to have all that come together? Yeah,
I think Checo's just going to get better every game. Every day he gets a little more comfortable, a little more confident. And he was more active on the offensive boards. It's hard to be active and be a big part of the zone offense when you're a 5-man. It's hard for him. But you were right. He was he ended up with 4 fouls, but he was very intelligent with his defense. I thought he affected a lot of shots that he didn't block, but he affected them. So it was good to see. It's the first time I felt like he looked comfortable out there, so that's a good sign as we move forward. That's only 3 games, so it's pretty good.
What was What was the key for Nickens tonight?
The key? What did he do? What did Jared do? Did he really? Wow. He got a lot of shots. He got 12 shots up. Now, I thought Jared's good against the zone. And Jared's smart. Jared knows how to find holes, and there's a reason he got 12 shots, because he knows how to find it. But he also missed shots and followed his shot and shot another one, so sometimes he got 2 for 1 there. But I thought he was really solid defensively, too. At the very end he wasn't, but up until that point, he gets a lot of deflection, he gets his hands, and he plays smart defensively, too. So good for him. 13, that's good. I didn't even look at that. Good question.
Coach, I got 2 questions.
Is that allowed, Zach?
Okay, well,
I'm joking.
the first one is just, does it feel good to maybe not shoot well and get a win for the first time? And
Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
I was going to say, my other thing is there's these little stats on here that show the plus-minus minutes of guys, and Rashad Pack has led the team, I think, every game significantly.
He's been
Wonder if you had an
solid.
explanation for that.
Yeah. I told the radio that I was glad that we had kind of a close game. Didn't like, particularly how well I thought we could have played a little bit better offensively in the first half, but I thought we needed that, and we needed to have a little bit of nervousness or whatever going into halftime. I think that was good for us because we haven't had that, and and I thought we responded to it pretty well. Rashad is really, really solid. He just does everything right. He guards the best player. Plays multiple positions, and he's really unselfish. You're talking about a guy, I said this last press conference, that led his team in scoring last year, shot most of the balls, every play was ran for him, and he's just being really solid. And I thought he passed up a couple shots out there that we need him to take, stretch the defense a little bit more. But it's just a solid player and a great kid, and I think he's having a lot of fun.
Last 2 questions,
John. 3 games in, some sort of tougher competition coming up next week, and then Virginia after that. What are your concerns at this point? What are you pleased with at this point? Are you where you need to be with this team?
Yeah, I think we are. I think we're going to be. I think we're going to be up and down in games early. I think a lot of teams are. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to hang our hat on defense right now. And that showed tonight. I was disappointed that we didn't play better defensively in the last game. I thought we could have played a little bit better. So we're trying to get that identity that we're going to be a good defensive team. Because I think we'll get into a rhythm offensively. I think we're going to be a really good offensive team. I think we're going to be really hard to guard. And I think when I go home and watch the film, then I'm like, man, we just missed a lot of shots. So that's why you got to guard. And we tell them that every day in defense. So that you have to play defense. You're not going to make shots every day. So a lot of positives. I'll say it again, I love coaching this team. I just love coaching. I just can't imagine where we're going to be in a couple months. It's going to be a lot of fun.
In terms of Checo, do you need that threat of an offensive player inside, especially with the team's going zone, and for him to be able to finish inside, which he started to do toward the end of the season?
Yeah, we definitely need a low post presence, and I think he's the most logical guy for us. Des Wells, when they're playing man, is a pretty good low post player for us. We started the game, we post Des, we got a wide open 3 for, I believe, Jake. So Checo's coming. Checo didn't play a lot of post up offense in his career, so this is all new to him. And we need to add the face-up game for him too, which he has. You saw the drive. That'll be a dunk in about 2 months, hopefully, with his left hand instead of a missed layup. So he's the most logical guy. I think he's coming. I think we can all see it. Thanks.
Thank you, everybody.